Welcome back, Commander. Our intelligence service has discovered the enemy's radar station at the position of the light button. Commander, I need you to take out that radar station so that we can fly into the enemy territory undetected. Go now. The country needs you. Sorry, the DPA needs you. Hello, everyone. This is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the summary for the day of 126, or for the 29th of June. So, let's start off with there's no Shaolin monks appearing, and the snakes are also sleeping. So let's go to the Southern Front. So at the Southern Front, this reported fighting is entirely not heard of anymore. So the Russian side, Russian sources have never didn't say there's any fighting in the Southern Front, and this is from War Monitor 3, who was really very angry about a lot of things. So anyway, I did not see any fighting about all this information, so I'm gonna delete this in front of you, just to let you know that this information is no longer valid. There is a Sukhoi 25 shot down over Kryvyi Rih walking, and after that, the fighting at Snehurivka also belongs to the same set of intel. Is also invalidated. There's no fighting around all these places. There is a this reinforcement to Kryvyi. I think this is old information. Yeah, this old information. I reported this before. There's also no action around here. There's a mention of troop rotation by the Ukrainians at Bila Krasnisia. And there's actually two Bila Krasnisia. At first, I thought that maybe I got it. I missed some intel, or some notes that there is fighting at Bila Krasnisia and the Ukrainian forces captured it. But after that, I double checked, and there's another location here. So I believe the troop rotation happened here. So this part, and there's troop rotation happening at Mykolaiv for the Ukrainian side. Not very meaningful. It's not strategically important at all. There is also a Mi-8 shot down over Arkhangelsk. The interesting thing is that this information comes from the Ministry of Defense of Russia. However, this Archangelskoye or Arkhangelsk, they put it as Mykolaiv region, but however, this is actually in Kherson, I think. So, but I don't think this is gonna be the one at Mykolaiv because it's really far away. The Mykolaiv, the Arkhangelsk, within Mykolaiv, is very far away. I don't want to show you where. It's actually very far away. I'm lazy to find. So I believe the information is more accurately to be around here, which makes more sense. Okay, you win. I'm gonna find it for you. Arkhangelsk, Mykolaiv. It's this far away. So happy now? I know what you're thinking. Yeah. So yeah. So it have to be this one. So I believe there might be some kind of a mistake. Otherwise, there is no other actions in the Kryvyi Rih as well. So it has been it's quite quiet. And there's also a Sukhoi 25 shot down over Bashtenka. Yeah, that's really stupid amount of Sukhoi 25. It's almost like playing Command and Conquer and just press build. Building in progress. Your Sukhoi 25 is ready. That kind of situation. Yeah, maybe it's a Gulf of Kiev kind of a special power. Moving on to the Zaporizhzhia line, there is also no action. This entire fighting here at Velika Novosibirsk is also invalidated. I don't think there's anything happening around here. I'm not even sure if Novosibirsk itself, this location here, is Ukrainian as well. There is literally nothing happening. No one is talking about anything. Yeah, that kind of situation. So yeah, it's like the front blank us, you see. Like we're asking the front, hey, what's up? Then the message got a double check mark. They read it, but they don't want to reply you. That kind of situation. So there's a POW exchange. I actually indicated the icon and I deleted it because I thought that this is not strategically important, but there's nothing to talk about. So let me tell you, I think the the crossing, the exchange is, let me see, the exchange is here, in one of these bridges. So you mentioned that it's at a bridge along this river. So it's either this bridge, or this bridge. I'm not sure which bridge. So one of these bridge, they had a POW exchange, and that pisses the pro-Russian analysts or pro-Russian side, because among the 180 or 140 prisoner exchange, a majority of the Ukrainian that was exchanged over are the Azov battalion guys. So it didn't go down very well, which is probably also why the Russian Defense Ministry didn't want to advertise about this, because it's kind of giving the Ukrainians some kind of victory. However, it was also to note that the Ukrainian soldiers that was sent over, which the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense and the president was somewhat celebrating somehow, most of these Ukrainian soldiers are heavily injured. So maybe the Russians don't want to pay for their medical fee, so they throw it back to Zelensky to settle them. Anyway, moving on to the Donetsk Front. The Donetsk Front, this entire thing. Okay, so the what I got was that the Ukrainian forces nearing Lysychansk have been pushed back. I forgot to indicate that. I read about that, but it doesn't really matter. It's on my map, technically it's still under Russian control, which is technically still correct. It's just that this icon might be wrong, so let's just delete this, then it will be correct already. But pushing back is a very vague term, so of course it doesn't really matter this. But I explained to you, so now you know. No update about this Preshchativka situation here. I have no updates again for Adivka or New York area. This entire frontier north of Donetsk city, it continues to be an enigma. Moving on to the Bakhmut Front. There is a correction in terms of Klinov. So previously I mentioned Russian forces have captured Klinov. Then somehow the pro-Russian source, Ryber, have updated that the Wagner private military contractors managed to advance more forward into Klinov. So that invalidated the information that Klinov is actually captured by the Russian forces. So that's rather irritating. Don't know what happened. So anyway, doesn't matter. We change this as we always do. If we have better new information, we always update it and correct it. Delete this. This is a long time ago already. Moving on up, there is no updates regarding all these locations: Perestov, Bilohorivka, Yakovlivka. I think the Ukrainian forces are holding pretty well here, or the Russians are not pushing. So so that's Smyrna also, no updates. So we are now into the Luhansk front. At the Luhansk front, the biggest development is that the Russian forces have captured the entire of the Lysychansk oil refinery. And not just that, they are already inviting war reporters to go into the refinery here. I think they have been reporting at the southern side. They are inviting the war reporters to go in to report. So I read this. I didn't see the videos yet. I just read it from a pro-Russian source that that's what they're doing. What is the significant thing is that with the capture of this, they have effectively captured all these settlements and buildings areas just south of this highway from Lysychansk all the way to Sivers, which means this road is now entirely unusable, and we can be 100% sure that the Russians is going to go for Zolotarivka next, and I have a strong feeling is this place is not going to hold, and there is fighting continues around Mykolaiv. There's no update regarding this place. However, on the side of it, there is this suburb of the Lysychansk called the Stekolniy. So Stekolniy is some place that you can't really Google map. It's actually this area. I'm not sure how far it stretched. I'm not sure if this is also Stekolniy, but I'm sure at least this area, you can see this Stekolniy Park. So this area has been captured. The residential area has been captured by the Russian forces. There is no update regarding the glass factory or this mesh. I didn't see anyone update regarding if the Russians have captured this to industrial, but I think they have pushed on within the residential area, and they continue to push down this road. On this map is called the Vulitsia Zosneva. They have continued to push down this road into deep within the southern side of Lysychansk. So this is as best as the information that we can get. In terms of the clear border is unclear. There are some people mentioning that the lack of intel from Lysychansk may suggest that the people that are fighting within in Lysychansk on the Russian side are actually the regular armed forces of the Russian Federation, which is the Russian regular army, and instead they are not from the DPR or LPR forces. It's not the militias. So which is why there is this lack of information coming out from Lysychansk. But no, don't worry. The Chechen forces have also been sent into Lysychansk now. As clockwork, they took some photos or videos just before they went in. So I'm sure we're gonna get more intel with the Chechen forces going into Lysychansk. Fighting is now at the rubber plant and Bilohora. So apparently Bilohora seems to be rather gray now. It's still in somewhat of a gray area. Let me drag this back so this makes a bit more sense. So the fighting is now in this area. There is no indication that the Galanty plant has fallen yet. So I can assume that the entire southern side here is still fighting, which means that there might be a lot of Ukrainian forces within this area, but they were not prepared for the Russian push around here. And if this push get too deep, they go all the way to the river, this entire area, the troops that is in this area will be encircled. So this push, if getting too intense, the Ukrainian forces holding in the south here might have to do a successful evacuation operation to the north, so that they don't get encircled. The latest information also suggests that the Russian forces have fully swept the airport area, so these people can go away now. Bye bye. And I think they finished sweeping here. I think they also finished sweeping Borisky. So this is the latest information. However, the Russian forces are having trouble trying to clear up this tourist camp, holiday chalet or whatever, this area, because of Ukrainian bombardment. So this is something that I read about. So what a waste of shell, if you ask me. So maybe they are shelling this area, trying to prevent the Russian forces going too near to the river. That might be a case. No news regarding Pavlograd. Moving to the northern side, as somewhat I mentioned, the bridgehead have now the forces at the bridgehead that cross the Tempon crossing have captured Kryvyi Rih. So this so which means that at Kryvyi Rih there is actually no Ukrainian forces are holding up, which is why the capture is rather fast, and we will definitely expect the Russian forces to push south, either towards Shepelivka or Novozhizhsk. I would prefer that they go for Shepelivka so that they can actually go for Bilohorivka, and that will actually complete the encirclement rather than they go for Novozhizhsk and then allow this road to continue to function. Because currently the Ukrainians are actually retreating through Shepelivka, below Horivka and Horivka, this way. They are still retreating from this way. If they want to use the road, so let's see where they go. But this force here also will be rather vulnerable because they are only crossing and resupplying through one tampon bridge. So we shall see if the Ukrainians want to wipe out this force here in a counter-offensive, if they dare to. That's all for the Luhansk front. Moving on to the Izyum front, I have no updates. Like other than a Sukhoi 25 shot down over Kuruka, which I have said there is stupid amount of Sukhoi 25 getting shot down. It's almost hard to believe. And otherwise, all this fighting, I'm not even sure if they are happening anymore. The lack of news in this region is disturbing. This offensive going south of Dovhavlivka and Zaliman have went quiet. So it might be of course it might be the Russian forces, Russian regular forces pushing down, so which is why there is a lack of information. So let's wait a few days and see if we have any updates regarding this area. Moving on to the Kharkiv Front, the fighting at Dementivka have evolved into a capture by the Russian forces on Dementivka, and they now continue to fight at Prudianka. And sorry, I clicked too fast. Sometimes people say that I click and then before they can read, I already click away. Yeah, so fighting is now at Prudianka, and then the fighting continues at Pitomnik. So the fighting at Pitomnik, and the Russians also launched a new attack on Udi. So not the first time that they tried at Udi, haven't succeeded. I think it's a stronghold of the Ukrainians. No updates regarding this area, other than at Verkhny Saltiv, Upper Saltiv, they are definitely still fighting over there. So this is the summary for the day of 1 to 6. Yeah, of day of 1 to 6 for the 29th of June. So so for those that are watching on the other platforms other than YouTube, hello, and I'll see you in the next update.